Alrighty, everybody, welcome back to Culz Talks Pop Culture, our second of the month. We previously did Jurassic World at the beginning of this month, and in a couple weeks we will be back talking Fantastic Four. But today we are talking the one, the only Man of Steel. And as you can see, there's four of us. I promise I did
Whoa,
not.
wait a minute. Are we talking Man of Steel or are we talking Superman? That's two different movies.
You're true. Yeah, true. We are talking the Man of Steel via the film Superman. If you guys would, want to hear us talk about, Zack Snyder's Man of Steel at some point in the future, just drop some comments, below.
Don't.
And,
I'm not going to talk about that travesty.
All right, so David won't be there. Keegan, I'll gladly talk about it with you. We don't need the negative Nancy of David over here.
Dude, that movie was terrible.
I understand, but you don't need to shut it down before we do it.
What if it was our most requested movie?
Yeah, what if we get like 10,000 comments and it's like Man of Steel
then,
right now?
I'm going to say it right now. If that was the case, then that's 10,000 fans you don't need. You got the wrong crowd watching your stuff. They have terrible taste.
That's true. That checks. I can't agree or can't not agree with David on this one because, oh, buddy, yeah. Also, what's this eclectic sphere kind of thing going on here? It's like random quote popping up.
Yeah, I don't know.
Looks like we got
it's a comment that somebody said. It popped up as soon as we went live.
Yeah, he said, "Sorry, kids, Superman couldn't be here. You got an upgrade." I'm hoping he's talking about me, Super Burgles.
Did you see the movie?
Yeah, I saw it.
It's a quote. It's a quote from the movie.
I saw it day one.
You saw day one?
I saw it day one. It came out Friday night.
Was there something? It actually came out Thursday. You could have seen it.
Yes.
And if you're an Amazon Prime member, you could have seen it Tuesday.
I want you to talk.
What? Like on?
My parents
Amazon
Prime, but I don't.
Amazon Prime did an exclusive for members. You could buy tickets to an early screening last Tuesday. That was for just Amazon Prime members. Yeah, they do that sometimes with big movies.
Well, I was gonna say that's a little weird and odd, but all right, cool. Like, what are you gonna do?
I like how I couldn't have a moment with David there. Like, oh yeah, he's talking about me, like Super Burgles, because I'm feeling good. And then David's like, no, it's a quote from the movie, Nick.
Nick, we'll make a T-shirt. We'll put your face on it and just have that quote on the back.
No, it's going to be his face, and it's just going to say "official life experiencer."
And then on the back, it'll be #1 Yusuf Khan fan.
No, on the back, it'll just say in quotes, "I hope it's me, Super Burgles."
I hope it's me.
I hope it's me.
But yeah,
I'm out at the bar, and people are like, "What's up with your shirt?" Like, don't worry about it.
Just watch my show, okay? I got a really cool podcast.
Go to YouTube. Me and some friends talk about things.
Yeah,
there's a lot of dinosaur videos, but I promise I'm in some of the other ones.
Hey, Jurassic June is over. I have moved on. It's now Billy the Kid month. But to not talk about Billy the Kid this month.
Jurassic June? But the movie came out in July.
It originally came out in June, so it's just like
no. It originally came out in July. Just because we went to early screenings, it still came out in July.
No, the original Jurassic Park.
Oh, okay. So we're giving it by the original.
Yeah.
So you admit that that's a much better movie.
Well, yeah. Everyone would say the original Jurassic Park's a much better movie.
I don't know. I was seeing online some people that were like, Jurassic Park 3 was way better than the first one.
Jurassic, no.
Jurassic Park 3 might be the second best one, but there is a good sizable chunk of difference between them.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I can't. I mean, and even for me, whose second favorite is Jurassic World, with like the theme park concept, it still comes nowhere near the first one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like it's the king for a reason.
For me, after reading a couple articles that just kind of picked away at some things, like I read an article I sent to you guys about them lazily writing off dinosaurs existing in the real world and all that stuff, and how they've kind of shut it down for future installments with the whole fact that the dinosaurs are dying in certain parts of
I
the
know
world.
they
It's like
they just
that's-
retconned everything.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. They retconned Ian Malcolm's entire thing of
I mean,
life
to be
finding a
fair,
way.
Ian
Yeah, it did.
Malcolm himself
All
was
it
a
did was find
retcon.
its way back to that small strip of land at the equator.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say Ian Malcolm was a retcon himself because he dies, and Michael Crichton, when we read The Lost World for that, had to come back and like make jokes about how he's alive in the next one.
But he didn't die in the movies, and that's what matters.
Yeah, and that's why he had to rewrite him in the book because he was
and that's
like,
why it's not a retcon. So it's okay.
Yeah, it's a retcon for the books, but not the films. But hey,
we don't care about the books.
The Jurassic community seems to like it because it's making a lot of money. Superman, which
it's doing well. I will say that. As you know, whoever saw it last time, I wasn't the hugest fan of Rebirth. I enjoyed it, but I was probably one of the more critical people on it. But it is doing extremely well.
Oh yeah,
you were going 600 million here pretty soon. So
you were popping off on you're like, this is so stupid, and it's like, wow.
Because a lot of it was.
Oh, I understand that. I was just like, man, David's popping off right now.
All right, so today we're actually going to be talking The Flash. Nolan, what did you think of Michael Keaton's return?
I liked Michael Keaton's return, actually.
Probably best part of the movie, to be honest.
To be fair, yes.
Sorry, second best, because the first best was seeing Nicolas Cage suit up against the giant spider.
Okay, yeah, yes. With long hair on top of that.
Had to happen. We finally saw the screen.
You're right. So that was definitely the second best part.
And then I did like the very obviously CGI'd baby in a microwave.
I like how all of us went dead silent for that joke.
That wasn't a joke. That happened.
Wasn't a joke. That's why I'm like,
that was in the movie.
The joke is you saying that you like that part. I'm hoping that's the joke.
The joke is that 4 grown men actually spent time and money to see that movie.
I haven't seen it. I have not watched it once. I almost watched it on a plane ride.
Then you could have just jumped off.
Yeah, but I also did. The reason why I didn't is because the movie was longer than the plane trip was gonna be. So I was like, I don't want to start this movie and then not finish it.
To be fair, if they were trying to set up to make the Superman movie even better by comparing it to the last DC movie, Flash did its job.
Hey, I still like that they trapped Ezra Miller's Flash in the.
I'm telling you, I don't think that's the Clooney-verse. I think they brought him into the Flashes.
So they actually made Clooney's life worse by taking him into the Flash universe.
They actually what?
They made Clooney's Batman's life worse by making him go to the Flash's universe.
Yes, that's exactly what they did.
Well, yeah, no, that one was a whole mess. I didn't mind Sasha as Supergirl, but I think I'll be much. We'll have to see how
the 30 seconds I saw of Millie Alcock as Supergirl were better than the entire movie that the other one got.
Yeah,
she actually looks like her in the comics.
Yeah, and she acts like her. If you've read the Supergirl comic that it's based off of, makes sense why she acts that way.
It's funny because I've heard that the movie is apparently going to be like her like what happened on her birthday or whatever, being on the planet with no powers. So I'm kind of imagining like a superhero version of like The Hangover.
That would be an interesting thing without the powers though.
Yeah, because they can't get drunk with their
with the red sun. Yeah,
exactly. So they gotta go somewhere where they don't have powers.
Is Lobo gonna jump out of like a trunk of a car somewhere?
Yeah, naked.
Yes, please.
Let's be fair. If they were
just
like
a giant
Momoa
jumping out naked
in this movie, it would already sell so many tickets. That
you know it would. It'd be like Space Magic Mike, but kind of not.
Really. He jumps out and they're like, he's Lobo now, but he's still packing a trident.
Jesus Christ.
Well, on that note, we saw Superman 2025, which I guess we can just call Superman because Christopher Reeve's first movie is Superman.
We're clearly not talking about that one.
Yeah. And if we are, just let us know in the comments below. I think it's different, though. They do borrow things, I think, from that film. And
which was smart because that is the one, if you're going to reference any of them, that's the one to pay homage to, in my opinion.
Generally, that's how that goes. Yeah, that's a lot of people bring that one up. So,
and not being a big Superman fan myself, the few comics I've read, I could see reference in here like Birthright, All Star Superman, and what's the other one? Some about time. But I was like, yeah, I can see where what.
No, I said Flash.
No, I'll figure it out while you guys are talking. But I was just gonna say I can see the comic book inspirations that they were using, like certain things were just pulled, and I kind of like how James Gunn was like, "We'll pull that from this part because I like that, and I don't like that, so I'll use that one instead."
I mean, I think we've known about Gunn ever since he did Guardians that he's a big fan of getting the obscure and such. So he definitely dug thoroughly through lots of Superman lore to pick the pieces that he wanted, I think.
Which I mean,
and I'm okay with that.
I was going to say, are you okay with that though? Because like to some degree, it's I don't know. I don't know if you should mash them up like that sometimes.
Sometimes I agree, but I don't think anything that he did in here, like I had problems with the movie. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think that the problem came from what he chose lore wise to bring over. I think it's fine for setting up this new, especially since it's the first of this new universe, that it's not really interfering with anything that's canon before this. As long as we're taking it as a new Superman and not the comics and everything too, I think it's fine.
Okay. Yeah,
absolutely.
But I can understand how people, especially if you've been reading the comics, there are definitely different versions just melded together. You can tell,
right?
He like stitched together different Frankenstein pieces almost.
Some stuff belongs in some places and some stuff doesn't. But also, like, some of them clash too at the same time, and it's like
you see. I didn't see too many. When you I'm not upset about too much in this one, but moving forward, it'll be interesting to see because they can definitely come into big time issues against each other if he does too much as it keeps going.
Right.
Well, now let's see how
you mash too much together, and then you don't have anything that's really cohesive. But also, you have that where it's like, well, I wish they would have done. They used this piece, so like, why didn't they use this part?
Like, why'd you pick just this? Yeah, and then there's also the fact that if your Superman, like if your hero is just a bunch of the old ones all cut up and put together, where's the originality?
Where's the right?
Yeah.
So it's that's why I say I was like, it could go either way. If I'm being honest, like
though, I mean, I guess it's tough to talk about originality when we're literally talking about the first superhero. I mean, he is literally the oldest superhero in existence.
However true that may be, it is one of those things that he is still stuck around the whole time. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Really faded into
the fact that we're still like, he's never gone anywhere. He's always been. Like, he's like Spider-Man. As soon as he got created, everybody loved him, and he's been around ever since.
I agree. Yeah.
Though, for the record, I like Spider-Man so much more than Superman.
I was gonna say
same.
I was gonna say I like Batman so much more than Superman, but that's just me.
Yeah, I'm on the Batman side, which I think David can attest to. He's seen my collection. But my interest going forward is I know each project is going to be different in tone, and they've already said Clayfaces are. It's going to be like a kind of horror themed one. So we'll see how.
Think it's so weird to do Clayface before Batman.
Yeah. Like, how do you bring in like a Batman villain without bringing in.
It's almost as if you started like you're like, okay, Superman's going to come out, but first we're going to do a Brainiac miniseries. Like, okay, I mean, I want to see it, but
well, no, I was going to say weird. Like if you do like a Lex Luthor movie first, or
and it's like, oh, okay, I guess
we're going to start. All right, hear me out here. We're going to start.
But see, at least Lex Luthor people know. There's plenty of people who have only watched like the Batman movies. That's how they know the character. They're gonna be like, who the fuck is Clayface?
Yeah, that's that.
Because you've got to at least be an animated fan or comics to know who Clayface is already.
I mean, or hear me out here. He was even in the games.
Yeah, or he did show up a little bit. Yeah. So at least you'd have an idea. But if you're somebody that your knowledge of Batman is the movies, you're just gonna be like, you wouldn't even know before you go see it that it's a Batman villain.
Correct. So I wonder if they're banking on that, right? Like,
I mean, I have been advocating forever that Clayface deserves to be like the bad guy of a movie, but I don't think he needs his own movie. I think he should have been a villain of a Batman movie. That would have been an amazing first Batman villain for a new Batman.
It
could have been very cool.
That probably gets people into it like really deep, actually. like with that one, because he's not really like a high level villain kind of guy, but like at the same time he's
especially if your tone is what you're trying to set up, it gives you a lot of room to play with stuff since he turns into other people.
Since he turns into everybody else, yeah,
he could turn into like Bruce's parents and fuck with them. Like there's a lot you could do.
There's quite a bit
you could turn into Henry Cavill and fuck with the audience a little bit.
I don't know. I think that moment would have been the Ultraman reveal, which would have been hilarious.
Oh, if it was just Henry Cavill, that would have been funny, actually.
That would have been funny. I'm glad they didn't do it, because then it just opens up questions.
Okay, so clearly we're talking spoilers, right? That's fine at this point.
Yeah. These ones I think have always been spoiler talk.
So can we all agree that is 100% setting up to eventually become Bizarro?
Oh yeah, that's who they clearly were trying to make.
Like that's what's going to happen. Like he gets sucked into the black hole. We don't see him die, and it's already said that he's
zone.
And they've already said that he's stupid, that he's not nearly as intelligent. So he's going to come back as like the caveman speaking, like
Bizarro
mirror copy of Superman, right?
Yeah,
like a little different looking, of course, after his time in the Phantom Zone or wherever he's going. Like he'll get altered. I expect to see him, if it's not like the tease at the end of 2, the third movie will be him probably as the bad guy.
Yeah, I could see it.
I mean, and it's a good setup if that's what they're going for, because we haven't had a movie really with like a good Bizarro.
No, not even close. I don't think there's even really been like an attempt.
No,
as far as like a good Bizarro or something. I would love it. They wasted freaking what's his face in Batman versus Superman. Doomsday or whatever. Doomsday. Yeah, like they wasted a lot of like super cool, really good like villains in those.
So kind of like how I really wanted Clayface to eventually come around for Batman. The one that I really want to see as a Superman villain, I want to see a movie where he's against Mr. Mixie Pixel.
What a deep cut though. Like that's
does that not sound like a perfect James Gunn villain though?
He would make that work.
And it's a dude from another dimension that's just a trickster and just fucks with everybody, and Superman can't just punch his way out of it.
Can't punch his way out of it.
It's such a perfect villain for a James Gunn style movie.
Is he magic based?
Yes. He's from another dimension, and his abilities are all like magical.
Which, as we know, Superman
alters reality.
With magic. Like
that's his
That's one of those like one things that like I was like Superman's very OP, but magic does fuck with him from time to time.
See, and I would love to see I want to see Zatanna come into things now.
I was gonna say I would love a real life Zatanna. Like that would be.
That's the kind of person that should get a spin-off movie.
Yes,
she deserves her own, like more so than like Clayface.
Dude, Zatanna or freaking Mr. Golden Nugget.
Like I am totally down for the Supergirl movie. That's fine. I don't mind her having her own movie. I think that could be very interesting, depending on how they approach it. So that's fine. But again, somebody like Clayface, I'm not as into. It's like, all right.
That's kind of how I felt about like the Penguin side series for this.
But that was so good. Did you see it?
No, I haven't seen it yet. But like the reason why I didn't watch it because
man,
like,
I was shocked.
I felt like I got enough of like the Penguin from Gotham.
I agree.
I watched it.
I thought when I heard it was coming out, I was like, that's the dumbest idea I've ever heard. I don't give a shit about the Penguin that much. Mm-hmm. And then I finally got around to watching it after everybody was like, oh, it's so good. And I hate to admit it, it was so good. It was extremely good. But I mean, Colin Farrell's an amazing actor.
I was gonna say, but as big of a dickhead ass or asshole he is,
he's such a good actor.
I love Colin Farrell. He's such a good actor.
And you have to, I mean, and usually he's not going to agree to be in a project unless it's good. Like he's good at protecting his brand of himself.
Yeah.
Well, modern Colin Farrell with the pull he has now. Because I was gonna say, early day Colin Farrell, there was some movies he was in was
early day. You do what you got to do to pay the bills.
Yeah,
I get that. But nowadays,
pretty early.
Because and I say that because I really started liking Colin Farrell as an actor when he was in Bruges.
Yeah, In Bruges is a fantastic movie.
In Bruges is fantastic. I love that. But it's one of those things that I've definitely liked him, started to like him a lot more as an actor when he started doing like weird off-brand stuff, like him in Horrible Bosses. Like
That's right. He's in that one.
I even liked him in Saving Mr. Banks.
Dude, I was just thinking about Saving Mr. Banks. Saving Mr. Banks made me bawl when I saw it in theaters.
Yeah, that was a surprisingly good movie, especially as I'm not a huge Mary Poppins fan, but it hit all the rights. Like that was great. Even Tom Hanks as Walt Disney, it was all fantastic. That's such a good underrated movie, I think.
Oh yeah.
I was trying to think of some like other ones where he plays like a
goofball.
Kind of like funny like goofball characters and not like serious ones.
What about like Daredevil? What about him?
No, he was a terrible bullseye. Absolutely not. You stop that right now.
I knew that's how I was gonna. That's the response I was gonna get. So
honestly, one movie that I love him in, and I don't know a lot of people that actually like this movie, but did you guys ever see Phone Booth?
Yeah. I was gonna say, were you gonna say Phone Booth? Like I was gonna ask. Like
it is such a good movie because it's such a weird concept.
It is a very weird concept,
but it worked.
Entire bottle movie in a phone booth. Yes,
it's basically him and Kiefer Sutherland having a conversation for 2 hours.
Pretty much, that's what I'm saying. Like it was like the weirdest like bottle movie you could possibly have, but
it's so good.
It works. It's like very good and it works, which is like the weird thing about it. Because most of the time you go, it's about a guy in a phone booth having a conversation with somebody, and most people would go, "Yeah, that sounds like a shit movie."
See, and if either one of them wouldn't have been like 100% on it, that movie would have been awful.
Right. That's exactly. Like it's just like, oh, this could have gone wrong so many ways. Yet somehow, and the thing is like I don't even know how you would pitch a movie like that to some people. Like,
I also really loved him.
Movie. It's about a guy in a phone book.
I thought he was fantastic in the remake of Fright Night.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what about Fright Night? Yeah.
That movie altogether was so good. That's the movie that makes me the saddest that what's his name is gone.
Oh, from Star Trek, Anton.
Antoine, yeah. Man, I visited his grave out at Hollywood Forever Cemetery when I was in California. He has a full-size statue of himself. Like that's his grave. And it's like, and he's standing on an infinity symbol that's like the pedestal and stuff. Like it's crazy.
That up himself? Like, how do you?
I think what happened, because he passed so young, I think all of his assets and money and everything went to his parents, and they wanted to spend it like honoring him instead of just like, oh, we get the, you know what I mean? I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, he was taken way too young.
I also Colin Farrell, I loved him in Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Him.
Oh yeah, I did like him there
when he was pretending to be Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Or I guess Johnny Depp was pretending to be him.
Yeah. He was good in London Boulevard, which is kind of another
I haven't seen that.
in Bruges type of thing. I don't know if the movie quality is as good, but at least his performance. He's pretty decent in Lobster. I know he played Jesse James in American Outlaws.
I didn't like him in Alexander, but I think that's because I didn't like the movie Alexander.
Yeah, because the movie
I was going to say that wasn't really, was not great.
No, you would think a movie about the greatest conqueror almost that the world has ever seen would have been much more interesting.
You would
but
think.
We would be just as surprised that it would be just as boring as it was.
Yeah, it was bad. And I didn't like him in Dumbo when he's like the dad.
Oh, the one. Yeah, he has like one arm. I did like because wasn't Keaton in there with DeVito?
I know like DeVito was, because DeVito's always like the go-to ringmaster now, ever since Big Fish, and it's a perfect casting for him.
Yeah. Oh, Big Fish was Ewan McGregor, huh?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was actually
honestly
really
Big Fish is like one of my top 10 movies, dude. I fucking love that movie. It's so good. When I met Ian McGregor, that's what I told him, is that he was amazing in Big Fish.
Big Fish.
Is it Ian or Ewan?
I think it's technically Ewan.
I think it's Ewan.
It's Scottish, so it's Ewan or whatever, but the rest of the world is not that.
Now, David, would you rate it higher than the Phantom of the Opera?
Big Fish?
Yeah.
Are you a big Phantom of the Opera guy?
I love Phantom of the Opera. It's I was telling Keegan the other day, it's probably, if not one of the best musical to movie adaptations I think they've ever done.
It's a pretty solid movie. It would make a good Ghostbusters episode, Nolan.
Because I gotta say,
Phantom of the Opera.
I got some ideas.
Emmy Rossum, gorgeous.
Absolutely. Had a crush on her ever since Real Genius.
And she has such an amazing voice. Like that movie, oh, chills every time I watch it. I might give a slight edge to Big Fish though, just for watchability. I can sit down and enjoy that in a lot more moods. Phantom of the Opera is amazing, but you got to be in the right vibe and headspace, I think, to watch the whole thing and sit down to watch it. And it is
2.5 hours. Yeah.
And because I was gonna say that because I will say like I can get through about the first half of it, but I really have to be like in the mood to watch Phantom of the Opera.
And some parts drag, like the whole thing with like her and Raoul, like on top of the place, like talking about their secret engagement. Like, I don't give a shit about that. Give me back to the ghost.
Get back to the ghost. Yeah, right.
But it makes perfect sense. Patrick Wilson in a ghost story. I think he's been typecast.
Yeah, I know, right?
Because Insidious, Conjuring.
Boy, this is such a great discussion of Superman that we're having.
We get so off tangent. It happens. All right.
I understand. I'm just trying to bring us back to center here.
But yeah,
so anyway, Superman came out this weekend. I love Phantom of the Opera though.
So Superman, I can kick us off on that. I think for what it was, it did great in terms of washing the bad taste out of everybody's mouth. I think it honestly had a lot in common with something like Batman Begins, where you're bringing back an iconic character that's kind of got trashed the past couple of movies. You're kind of having to reset people's expectations for something and compete with that past image of stuff. So I think for the mountain that it had to climb, I think James Gunn did a good job. I think they're kicking it off well. I don't think it was a fantastic movie. I think the storyline was a little thin. Similar to Jurassic World. I think it was pretty paper thin there, but the characterization was a lot better than Jurassic World Rebirth. I feel like, because I remember all the character names. I could tell you, different beats of them. People had room to kind of grow. I do wish we would have had maybe 10 or 15 more minutes of movie to just kind of show Superman actually being Superman. There wasn't a whole ton of him just saving people and stuff. Maybe, have some things that weren't directly plot based of him just helping people out. And I get what people are saying, that it feels like for most of this movie, though, Superman had to have help with almost everything he did.
So my thing with that, right, is because like for me personally, I am not the biggest fan of Superman just in general. But it's because I think he is OP and white bread and just generally boring of a hero.
He definitely is a Deus Ex Machina kind of character at times.
Right. It's like, oh, well, he needs to get out of this. Super breath. You need heat vision, X-ray vision, whatever it is, like dude's got it covered. Right. So for me, like, I'm not really, so I actually really appreciated the fact that my man's was getting his ass whooped all over the place. Having like,
which one I was right, and I agree, especially early in his career. Like, I get it
early, absolutely. Well,
because he did almost nothing by himself at all.
Well, no, and I appreciate that to some degree, right? Like, it's one of those things that I was like, okay, so it is kind of relatively early in his Superman career, and he's definitely getting his ass handed to him, which I think is great because, like, really, like, you're not gonna just wake up one day and like, yes, you have powers, but
you're not do it.
You're not gonna be the Superman just straight away, right? But the people that did help him, I enjoyed them a lot. Like, it was one of those things. Like,
I think I might have liked the supporting characters more than Superman.
I was gonna say, if me and Keegan,
not that I dislike Superman, I think he did a great job portraying him too.
Right.
I
nailed it. I originally didn't think I would like the guy that played him. But it's one of those things. Like, after watching the movie, I go, okay, I actually kind of like this. He's not that bad of a Superman. I dig it. But it is one of those ones that Guy Gardner was awesome. But my favorite was Mr. Terrific.
He did so good. That was such a great, again, a kind of obscure character that James Gunn has spotlighted now.
I don't think so, because they did it in Arrow. Like, they had
nobody watches CW shows. Come on.
I'm aware, but what I'm saying is, like, as far as like having characters that have like showed up before in like other DC works that have been in the spotlight,
you have to make it still much further down than anybody that's ever been in the Justice League.
Oh, 1000%. However, it is one of those things that I definitely think this version of Mr. Terrific was fantastic.
Oh, he did such a good job, and the actor was good. This is so much better than when he was Darwin.
dude, Eddie Gaethje or whatever
Yeah,
his
he
name
shouldn't
is.
have died as Darwin. That made no sense.
Which
Well,
made
apparently
zero
they
sense.
promised him that he would come back, and that he just never did. But they told him then, because he said it doesn't make sense for me to die, because that's what his character literally doesn't die. That's the thing.
That's the whole
They
thing.
were like,
about
"Oh,
Darwin,
don't worry, we're gonna have you come back. Like you're gonna get written back." He said by the time they got to Age of Apocalypse and they still hadn't called him, he was like, "All right, it's not happening."
It ain't happening, right?
And to be fair, Age of Apocalypse, I mean, good thing he wasn't in that movie.
I mean, it was better
one
than
would've-
some movies that we've reviewed on here.
It was better than Dark Phoenix that came right after it. So
Dark Phoenix was the worst.
worse
Dark
than
Phoenix
New
was
Mutants.
Worse than what?
New Mutants.
New Mutants at least tried something new. That I got to say that they brought in new characters that from the comics that we don't see all the time.
Right,
They
like you
tried a
don't ever see
yeah.
magic or
It-
freaking
it didn't-
sunspot shit like that.
It may not have hit, and it wasn't like great, but I respect them for trying what they did, and it succeeded on some levels. Like it was entertaining at least. Dark Phoenix, you were just like, God, is this over yet?
Yeah, there's just like another one of these that are bad. How do they keep
See,
making Phoenix?
But the thing is,
bad?
even though we've seen the Phoenix story so much, I still want to see like a definitive, fantastic version of it in the MCU.
Just a good one, yeah.
A good one.
Just
But I
let's make
want
a
it. But I
competent
want
one.
it to be like a 10-year, like it's slowly like major slow burn happening, and
Hmm.
then make it be like the culmination, like
Well, 'cause
3 arcs from now.
even in the
where
animated
they do
series
the
or whatever, like,
major-
it took them almost like middle of the animated to like near the end.
Yeah, that's what I
whole
want them to do.
Phoenix-
And then
Phoenix
the
story was
Phoenix
crazy.
became like a huge thing, and other people got possessed by it and had like Phoenix versions. Like I want them to go all out when they finally do it, but
Well,
I
yeah,
want to
because
see
It isn't
like a
just
really
Jean
good
Grey.
version.
You know what I mean? The Phoenix is a whole entity by itself.
yeah, and then they get it out of her because they can't destroy it.
Inhabits, yeah, right, because it's that strong. It's like it
Because like
inhabits things.
Cyclops has it at one point. What's his name? God, Colossus has it at
You
one
know,
point.
Phoenix
Like
Force or whatever.
I think even Emma Frost has it at some point where they have the Phoenix Force and it's
Yeah.
cool. Like I want to see that eventually, but like
it is, but they never do
20
it right.
years from now.
You know, well, we can hope, right? Like that's one of those.
I want to
things
see. Yeah, I want us to be talking about that like in our 50s.
that- Yeah, your boy is hoping super hard.
That we're like, man, in honor of Nick gone too soon, let's talk about the Phoenix Force that just came out.
That would be the case.
Did you just see the all new Phoenix, Yusuf Khan? I mean, he is doing a fantastic job.
I hate
in
to say
honor,
it.
in honor of our friend Nick, Yusuf Khan is a Phoenix.
Did
Ridiculous.
you hear Nick's dead because he donated his heart to the actor who plays Yusuf.
Stupid.
Yusuf lives.
That's
Nick
so
was
funny.
Nick. What really was the #1 fan?
So dumb.
This
Yeah,
is really dumb.
Overall, though, it's one of those things that I agree with you, David. I really did enjoy a lot of the characters that were in the movie alongside of
And
Superman.
I felt like
more
the
than him.
chemistry and such between them all felt genuine.
Right, like I especially when they're arguing with Guy about
Yeah.
the name. Like I feel that, like it just I felt that.
I loved so
wholeheartedly.
much at the end when he's like, he's too weird. He'll kill the brand. He's like, Justice Gang, that's an awesome name. All right, you're in.
All right, he's in. Yeah, like this.
It totally fit with the character too. I love that.
But and again, I hate shitting on this movie again, but compare like the interactions in this movie back to Jurassic World Rebirth, like when they tried to make you think Scarlet and Ali were like friends, talking about like they're like okay, like that was so flat compared to this that felt like genuine. This is these people, like this is people interacting for real, you know?
Yeah.
Well, I would say that is where James Gunn does really well, and where Gareth Edwards has a bit of a weakness is character development.
I will agree, because James Gunn also, to be fair, he does go overboard a lot with the banter and wittiness and stuff at times, and he did in this a little bit, but that's kind of his bread and butter, I think, is repartee.
Yeah, and I don't think he went super like he was definitely there, the jokes and stuff.
No, it
But
went a
he
little
was-
bit, but not enough that it ruined it for me.
Yeah, and it was very on brand for like the All-Star Superman stuff that you would see, or Superman Birthright, like, or the animated series, like stuff.
Like there's some
precedent.
precedent that you could be like, I get where it's coming from. It's not like it wasn't a Batman movie trying to do this.
Yeah, we've seen how that worked out.
See, And that does excite me. Like, I can't even fully judge this Superman movie until I see some of the other tones of the other major heroes, I feel like, to see how this piece is going to connect to the bigger piece of everything.
That actually brings up something I was thinking about when I was walking out of the theater for this one. Is I liked this movie. I'm not a huge Superman fan, but I actually like this movie. But I'm worried because of how trends are with movies now. I'm worried that like we're gonna get a few more installments in, and they're all gonna be shitty, and it's just gonna make this Superman movie look shitty by association.
Yeah, because if they try to make every other hero movie like this Superman movie, it's gonna be terrible.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
I
look
agree.
at Taika Waititi. You know, everyone loves Thor Ragnarok, and then he did the same thing in Love and Thunder, and Love and Thunder Love and Thunder was just bad.
Just because something's good doesn't mean you need to shove it down people's throats. So I'm like, oh, you liked this? More.
So me and Keegan talked about that also, and that's exactly it. Is like, part of this movie that I didn't like was that Superman was too quippy, man. Like
he was,
and I didn't really like that because one, Superman is not quippy to me. Just because every comic book, every movie, everything so far has never had a quippy Superman. Like that's just not how it works. Like
that's just not how he's kind of mature above that.
Yeah, right. Like Silver Age.
Yeah, Superman. It's not that he's dumb, and it's not that he doesn't get the quips. It's just not his thing. That's the Flash.
Right, like that's what I mean. Like that's not the character. Like Flash is definitely a little smart ass quippy dude, right? That happens all the time. Like hell, even Batman will hit you with some zingers just because it's like
Hal Jordan.
Hal is definitely, and that's what I mean. Like you have the jokesters. You got Hal. You've got
Superman is more the straight man of the Justice League.
He is the father figure and the adult of the. Come on, guys, let's get it together.
He's the one that's just like, okay, guys.
Right, and then it's one of those things like Batman, you know, is literally which is crazy to me sometimes, is the guy that goes, "You need to lighten up, Clark." Like that coming from Batman is the crazy bit, but he does that every once in a while where it's like, all right, just let him, you know, I get it. Like, hey, knock it off, you two, but he's also right. Like, let's
tell me how you guys feel about this. I think, and this may be a hot take, and I could be wrong, but I think the closest we've gotten to what I think Superman's like personality should be, at least of the last couple of, you know, decades, has probably been Chris Evans as Captain America.
I was actually just thinking that because we were describing, it's like, yeah, Superman would be like, compared to the MCU, would be Chris Evans Captain America.
Like, yeah, I feel like his Captain America, the way that he's like, I'm gonna do what's right regardless. And
I mean, that's Superman all the time.
He's got that humanity, but he's not like, he doesn't have to make the jokes. He doesn't have to, like, he's charming, but in an understated way. But people look to him as the leader.
Language.
Like, they respect him.
But he didn't make the joke. He did that in earnest of like, hey, language, like, and everyone else makes the joke off of that because
they always say that Superman's supposed to be like the big blue Boy Scout. Right. I feel like that's what Captain America's been. Like that's what he was. He was.
And that's what made Captain America such an interesting character later on, is because he was like that. He came from a different time. He came from, you know, like what, you know, a respectful, like, you don't do this kind of whatever.
And that's how, that's kind of how I think, like, that's how I feel like Superman is very close to should have been portrayed.
Well, but also if you think about it, like his origins, right? He is a farm boy from Kansas.
Mm-hmm.
Like he is going to be your blue collar, hardworking, most likely, you know,
very respectful, very yes ma'am, yes sir,
respectful,
not the quips and
correct. And
like, if anything, they should kind of make fun of him at the Daily Planet for being so old fashioned.
Right. Well, and that's the thing, right? Like it's you know, like you make fun of Clark because he's just this old fashioned, nerdy, dorky kind of dude. Yeah.
That's why he's friends with Jimmy.
Right. Speaking of which, I really enjoyed Jimmy in this movie.
I was gonna say Jimmy was a little ladies' man in this film.
Dude, I absolutely loved that. Me and Aaron were talking about that, and he was like, I told him, I was like, Aaron, I really just want to play that character one time, just because I think it's absolutely hilarious.
I don't know if we talked about this last time. Did y'all see the whole thing where he thought when he was auditioning that he was auditioning for Superman?
Yeah, I saw that.
I did not see that. That's hilarious.
So he auditioned, and I guess that's the sides they gave him or whatever. And he was like, I never thought of myself as Superman. But then like he thought about it more and it's like, well, James Gunn's pretty revolutionary. Maybe he's going for like an everyman, like relatable. And he talked himself into believing that he was being considered for Superman. So he did the audition, and his people called him like, hey, they loved you. They want you to come back for, whatever. And he's like, awesome. He's like, so this is for Superman, right? Like to be Superman. And apparently his representation, like his agent was like quiet for a minute. It was like, no, dude, this is for Jimmy.
That's awesome.
But he legit talked himself into thinking that he was in contention to be Superman and that they loved him so far.
I did.
It wasn't Jimmy Olsen in the Zack Snyderverse, because that did not go over very well for Jimmy Olsen.
I actually really liked. No, who was the friend in? I guess Nolan, you might know since you watched some of the CW. Who did Jeremy Jordan play that was Supergirl's like best friend in Supergirl? Do you remember? I don't think it was Jimmy Olsen, but he was very close to that type of character.
No, because in the CW show, the dude that they had to play Jimmy was the guy that played Jax in the Mortal Kombat movie.
That makes no sense at all. Yeah,
same dude, right?
Wasn't he a black guy in
yes.
Man of Steel? In it? Yeah.
So that's been another thing too. Is like
they finally got like a redheaded dude. Like I think it worked. I think he was great.
Right. So, and I was gonna say like that's another thing that they've been doing recently is they've really been replacing Jimmy with. I've
heard that they're even that James Gunn is heavily considering doing a like spinoff series on HBO or whatever about Jimmy Olsen.
That would be hilarious and amazing.
I'm here for it. I would watch the hell out of that. Just like comedy parts of the Daily Planet,
dude. And I loved it because it was one of those things like Lois even like brings it up or points it out or whatever. She's like, Jimmy, how? Like not like how, but like
where she's like, your ex is kind of hot. And he's like, she's hot.
Like, oh, and I gotta say, maybe this is just because I was a big fan of Marvelous Miss Maisel, but I think the best casting in the entire movie was her as Lois.
Is that her? Is that the same girl?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I'm sitting here watching this. I go, I feel like I've not seen her in anything ever before, so I don't know who this actress is, but I've also never seen.
Yeah, she was the star of Marvelous Miss Maisel for like 6 seasons.
So that makes a lot of sense because I was like, no, normally they don't put you in movies if you come out of like nowhere.
Yeah,
and if you do, it's because they're taking a chance or whatever.
And that show was fantastic. She carried it and like won Emmys and stuff. Like it was huge. But
okay, yeah.
Well, I think I feel like that was such spot on casting. I think a lot of the casting was great, but if I only had to pick one, that was my top one because she did amazing. That's the most Lois we've ever had a Lois be.
Yeah, and I would say her and Corn Sweat's like chemistry was really good.
Oh yeah, I could believe that they were into each other.
Yeah,
I
liked in The Office how they had like this like fake like rivalry going on where they're like
between Lois and Clark.
Yeah,
which
I thought was great.
I thought it was funny. I saw a meme.
You're at work, you know what I mean?
I saw a meme right after the movie, like the day after. It was like her Lois, and it's like this Lois has definitely kissed a girl before.
Oh yeah, you could see her getting drunk and just grabbing whoever.
And I was like, yep.
The girl before.
Honestly, she reminded me a lot of the Lois that I also really loved, which was Erica Durance when she played her in Smallville.
I liked her because it was one of those things like I feel like they pulled the rug a little bit, like when they try to like focus on Lana, you know what I mean? Like
and Lois should never have been there at that time period. Like he didn't meet her until he gets which makes sense, right? Like I look back now and I go, okay, yeah, it makes sense. Like he wouldn't have met Lois in high school. Like it's so weird, but it was a good show.
It did, and then it got better, obviously. Rest in peace to what's her face, the little culty one.
She's not dead. Okay.
No, I'm just talking about her, career and everything.
I loved her. Allison Mack. She was
because I thought Allison Mack was the cutest girl in the world for the longest time.
So here's a question: would you still date her?
You talking today?
Yeah, like she's done with all that. She did her time. She's sorry. She know it was a mistake, and she's into Nolan.
Wait, what did she do?
Do you give it a chance? Oh, she was like the second in command of a sex cult where they branded people and stuff.
You know what, David? We'll just call it what it is. I might. It was a sex cult, not really a.
I'm not gonna lie. I'd give her a date.
That's what I'm saying. Like that,
a shot.
We'll give it a shot. We'll see where it goes. Right? I'm not gonna.
I might.
maybe not a hard no outright. You know?
I might be a little cautious, but
A little
I'd
hard to
see
get.
where things go.
So if
little
Nolan's
hard to
not
get me.
here one day, we know why.
Hey,
Yeah.
there's worse ways to die, man.
Absolutely. But no, and so yeah, like but I definitely agree. Lois was freaking great. But to me, Mr. Terrific was just literally terrific. Like,
Oh, he was
He
so
was
good.
so
I
good,
agree.
yeah.
he was my favorite part of the movie, like hands down favorite part.
And honestly, him and Lois together was a great combination.
Which, and I was gonna say, like, but that was the thing is, like, even he had like pretty good like chemistry with Lois, like at the same time, like those two like really acted like well together. But
She's just
the
a great
cool thing
actress.
that made me happy was that never happens, right? Normally, it's always like the bigger, you know what I mean, like bigger characters or whatever, whatnot. Like this is like, dude is a honestly an F tier character, man. And you're bringing him.
I told you he's pretty obscure. Like,
Right, yes, and that's what I mean. Like, you know, like,
and now he's like a breakout star of this. Like, people want to see him more.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. It's like he was absolutely fantastic, and because like I look at it and go, because I saw him and I go, great, another Mr. Terrific, like really random, obscure thing, but because like the Smallville one was okay for the most part, but it
was so random. It was just there.
It was very random, right? Yeah. And like I for some reason, like to some degree, I feel like it was just like, oh, we have to have a reason to like have the black guy in there, or to like have to use him, or
like
whatever,
forced diversity kind of thing.
Yeah, because he was the tech friend, and then it was a whole thing. We have to turn him into a superhero somehow, and it's
kind of like how they tried to shoehorn Cyborg in for a while,
right?
And it was like,
it feels real shoehorn, real forced, real weird. Not a fan. This one is
Cyborg wear like a hoodie in that one?
Huh?
Didn't Cyborg wear like a hoodie that looked like the Cyborg outfit in that one?
Yeah, I think for a time, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Awful.
But this is before the cartoon and stuff, so this is one of the first like live action cyborgs ever.
Right.
So I give him a little bit of grace on that.
But I rather enjoyed freaking Mr. Terrific a lot. He had some great lines, some pretty quippy stuff, but like
it felt like natural.
But it was genuine, yeah. Like
forced.
It worked.
Yeah.
It didn't feel forced, and it worked. And I think it was fantastic. It was a terrific idea, if you will. So,
get out.
Okay, I'm gonna go now.
And I feel like we've got to talk about the absolute breakout star of the show, Crypto. I honestly didn't like it. Didn't like Crypto. You didn't like Crypto?
No.
I did. I liked the fact that we put Crypto. Didn't like the fact that he was just this mad, disobedient dog the whole time. Like,
yeah.
Now, I do like that he wasn't like a super well-behaved dog, though. Like parts of that I could get, especially since they're tying it to Supergirl.
Yeah, sure. Which is the modern Crypto.
And I get that, but I feel like it was just like he was like disobedient for the literal simple fact of like comedy's sake.
Oh, it absolutely was a comedy thing. I mean, it was based off James Gunn's dog.
And I didn't like that part. Like that's the part I didn't like of it. I do like the fact that he was like, "Oh, I'm just being smart over here." Like Crypto, get the toy. You know what I mean? Like
I don't think he needed to be in it as much as he was.
Yeah,
I'm totally down for him at the beginning, like helping Superman get back to the Fortress of Solitude.
Sure,
down for that. Destroying the place, that's fine. And then he could have gotten kidnapped, and that's part of the motivation to go find. Like I get that,
right?
But besides that, we didn't really need to have him again until I guess like when he beats the shit out of Lex, because that was funny. That's I get it, since he tortured the dog, like okay, and that was a way to beat him up without it just looking like Superman's like an asshole.
Sure, and that works, right? But I'm just saying, like,
and if that's all they did, I would have been fine. But I give it shit, but they're like, Crypto, get the toy. Like he literally had like he would have died if not for Crypto, and that's weird.
Right, and that's what I mean. Like it was like Deus Ex, Crypto, really.
Yeah, and that's what I meant when I said that like Superman needed help in every he shouldn't have needed help from the dog.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so maybe to like get him out of the spot that he was in, sure, but like
then
maybe,
he was like a major factor of it.
But that was like a huge major, yeah, exactly. Like he was
because
like,
we could say theoretically, people could make an argument that Superman would be dead if not for Crypto.
Maybe
when he saved him from Ultraman.
I was gonna say Crypto didn't save him from the black hole. I mean, he had like 3 other heroes attempting to save him there, and it was
but I'm saying when he like hit him off of him, like when he whistled and it and it distracted him long enough for Superman to get away, type thing. Like because he wouldn't have gotten out of the chokehold.
Yeah, which Crypto is okay because I think my issue with Superman is like everyone's is he's too OP. Like in modern comics, it took like Dr. Manhattan for me to feel like he could be beaten, which is too much. I mean, they're way too strong.
And that's why
characters.
magic needs to come in, because magic's like his only weakness besides kryptonite.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
okay, here's a question. This is something I like. All right, do y'all remember? This is something that like me and my sisters reference a lot in movies when in Infinity Gauntlet, or I'm sorry, Infinity War. Yeah,
Infinity Gauntlet. I like it.
When they're having the big fight in Wakanda, and then Scarlet Witch like comes down and like destroys a bunch of shit, and what's her name is like, why was she up there? You know, like why wasn't she out here with us? Basically, like that strong and everything.
Yeah.
There was things in this movie that like when he finally used like his heat vision and killed like 50 dudes at once. It was like,
I'm not gonna lie, that part
why
was cool.
why was that not pulled out before though? Like
I do love the heat, the laser beam spinning top was dope.
Why didn't we see that before? Or when Crypto came and saved, remember he was like, you know, the chokehold, Crypto came and hit him off him, right? Yeah. But before that, what was stopping Superman from using his fucking ice breath and like freezing the dude or blowing him off him? Like,
who knows?
I feel like there's some inconsistency with the powers,
right?
So speaking of Infinity War, David, did Captain America die when Thanos punched him and got brought back when time came back?
What?
You haven't heard that theory where like the theory is that Thanos kills him when he punches him, and when he turns back time to get the stone from Vision, it brings back Captain America to life.
I don't think that happened.
Yeah, that's a really obscure kind of.
Yeah, I think that's just somebody trying to make something more than what's there. No, he didn't die. Yeah. He's a fucking super soldier.
That's someone making a mountain out of a literal molehill.
Whoa, sir, we're not Eminem, okay?
No, I don't care.
Okay, we talked about one X-Men actor with Mr. Terrific. What do you guys think of Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor?
So I thought it was fun. I saw somewhere that Nicholas Hoult, because I'm not super into DC, but I saw that Nicholas Hoult actually at one point auditioned for a Superman role. I think years and years ago.
I think he did a Batman one too, if I'm not.
And I saw somewhere that said like Nicholas Hoult, like who failed the audition or did not get the role of Superman, coming back as Lex Luthor for the Superman movie actually makes a lot of sense. And I thought he was pretty good as Lex Luthor, actually.
Yeah, I think he's a good actor.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good actor, but I have a lot of problems with the character.
Yeah. I was gonna say I like Nicholas Hoult as an actor. He's pretty good in a lot of things that I've seen and watched. I really do. I like him a lot. Witness me. But yeah, I didn't like this Lex. It felt weird. Like why can't they ever find some like honestly like some really like weird like jacked bald white dude to be Lex? Like the past two Lexes we've gotten are Jesse Eisenberg and Nicholas Hoult, which do not fit the.
I mean, I'm even fine with how they did it. Like him as the actor, it's just there is no reason for him to hate Superman like he does.
I mean, really, he didn't hate.
Yeah, I feel like that was just his personality.
I hate him. I just hate it. Like,
yeah,
that's weak. That's so fucking weak.
Yeah.
There needed to be something, even if it was something stupid, I think it would have made sense. Like maybe when Superman first came on the scene as a metahuman, maybe Lex like reached out to try to partner with him for something, and Superman was like, "No, I'm not using my powers for capitalism," or whatever, just something like that. And it's like, "Sorry, Lex, I'm not," and left. And then Lex be like, "Well, then I hate you," anything. Give us something more than he's an alien and he's strong.
I also felt like I don't know. I felt like his shift to like going off the rails at the towards halfway through.
Crazy.
Yeah, his shift to like crazy town was just kind of a little
because
too
also
sudden
one of
for
the
me.
major things that Lex has always been is ridiculously smart and charismatic.
Yeah.
And there's no way that Lex Luthor, at least in all the comics and stuff, would have ever put himself in a position where the government would have arrested him.
Mm-hmm.
Like he would have been smarter about his plans and made it so that you may have known he's the one who did it, but you couldn't prove anything and he would have gotten away scot-free. And it just would have been like him and Superman going back and forth kind of thing, like one-upping each other. because that's what their rivalry is about. It's like the Joker and Batman.
Joker, Batman, Kingpin, and Daredevil.
Yeah, like that is, and he's supposed to be like crazy smart. This one just seemed rich and unhinged.
So I guess the backstory between Luthor and Superman in this universe is Lex was in the midst of doing an attack on Metropolis when Superman first showed up. And
see, why would Lex attack Metropolis?
He wants real estate.
He's like, yeah, please, I don't care about her or whatever. He's like, oh yeah, when it's come to a city or something I care about or something.
But he still lives there.
I don't like. I don't know. That's like your headquarters of.
And I've never seen. Yeah, there was never a Lex before this in comics or anything. That's fine with just, oh, I'm just going to destroy it and kill people because, haha. No, he's really smart and he always has a reason for what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's cold and calculating, but not insane. Like he wouldn't just lock up innocent people in a dimensional rift prison like his ex-girlfriend that wrote an article about him. No way.
Yeah, no, this Lex felt more
and that's such a weird thing to do. Oh, I had an ex-ballerina girlfriend, but we're upset. Like lock her in the negative zone.
Never.
Yeah, this Lex felt like more like just an overprivileged like 15-year-old girl versus
versus
like
anything else.
Lex is supposed to be a super mature, very smart person, and like everything he does is a calculated move. There's no way he would have been okay opening a rift that could potentially destroy the Earth.
That does not seem like a very Lex Luthor kind of move. Mostly because you're exactly right. Like so in the beginning, it makes sense. Like when they're literally talking about the moves, he's like, yeah, he's analyzed all of his fights. He knows all of the moves he's going to make before he makes them. That's why Superman's getting his ass whooped. Like that is a very Lex move right there. 32B, 54F, like absolutely huge Lex move because he's using like, and that's another thing too, is like he's very keen on using his.
He's using intelligence to like win the chess game four moves ahead kind of thing.
Right, the intelligence and the thing. So like that whole thing where they yelling about the whole brawn kind of shit or whatever, like absolutely like makes sense, right? But yeah, that doesn't seem Lex like to do that. Maybe having his own country, absolutely. Another Lex move, sure, but not literally destroying like opening something that can destroy literally the Earth.
Yeah, and correct me if I'm wrong. Lex has actually always been somewhat like patriotic. Like he is an American and like
the reason why he hates Superman is because he's an alien. Like I'm protecting the Earth.
Like doesn't Lex Luthor literally become president at one point?
Yeah, President Luthor does happen.
Like, yeah, he is always very American. And again, that's part of his hate of Superman. There's no way that he would be like, I'm going to ally with this country against the United States, general, what they want. Like, it just wouldn't happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, Lex is not evil. He's just more of this is what he thinks is the right way and why he doesn't like Superman, because it's a threat to what he wants to do.
Yeah,
Gene Hackman was going to nuke California for real estate. So,
I mean, that's a great idea, though. We don't need California.
But
I'm just saying.
Nicholas Hoult is a great actor, but this Lex Luthor was not the good Lex Luthor.
I mean, it made me dislike him. I guess he was a good villain in that aspect because I hated that dude.
Yeah, but again, it goes against like you said. He's not evil. If anything, he's more corrupt.
Yeah, he acted more like a light version of the Joker than he did Lex Luthor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was weirdly maniacal.
Yeah, where it's just like, I'm gonna do what I want to do and I don't care. Like, I'm just kind of insane.
Like the part where he fucking knocks over the pencil, right? Where he knocks that over. He's like, pick that up. Yeah,
knocks it again. Like, okay, bro.
That was really funny to me, actually. I was like, oh.
Also,
if I had that power, I would.
Like all those people working there, there's no way that many people would be okay with everything that was going on.
Right. Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, even in like a villainous organization kind of like situation or whatever.
And I guess it was kind of funny, but the monkey thing made no fucking sense.
No, it did not. Hashtag super shit. But yeah,
it also didn't make sense to me.
Super
like,
shit.
Okay, I'm sorry. I think in a lot, maybe not a lot of, but in some ways, this Superman's kind of a wuss. And the fact that he got like that actually got him upset, because the Superman in a lot of the comics and stuff would have laughed at things like that.
No,
So
and that's right. I was gonna say,
So-
like, that's the part that I thought was weird, is that he did care about that to some degree, and I'm like,
he wouldn't give a shit.
So-
He'd be like, okay.
So
Yeah.
for me, that was the part of the movie that played the quote unquote origin part of Superman, was him like he's still very early in his
Like
career as
he's got to
Superman.
mature past that kind of thing in public.
Yeah, he's got to mature past all that stuff still.
I would
So
think
like all the
3 years
people
in, he would already be older than
complaining that he just didn't have like an origin in this movie. It's like, I mean, he kind of does. The fact that he needs to mature.
Yeah, and I'm okay, because I agree. We don't need to see the baby in the cornfield. Like, I'm okay without the origin. I don't need to see it.
See
It's
that.
cool.
We don't need to see Bruce's parents again. Like,
Yeah,
there's just certain things we know. Yeah.
I'm fine. Like, I didn't need to see. Like, I'm okay with this basically starting with the universe already having metahumans and things. That was fine. Didn't throw me off. I'm okay.
Yeah.
With it.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't think we need to see an origin for any superhero going forward.
I also think the entire crux of the plot was so stupid about his parents sending him here to rule over and populate and kill people who don't agree with. Like, that was dumb.
It's happened before though, so
I know, and it was dumb when it happened before. Like,
I mean,
I don't think it's a good interpretation of things. I like it a lot more when his parents genuinely wanted the best for him and to help the other planet, and his dad even left like stuff behind to help him out. You know what I mean? Like, this was just dumb.
Yep.
Did you just want Russell Crowe back?
I would have been. I wouldn't have minded. I don't think he was the problem with that movie.
No, I don't either. I actually enjoy Russell Crowe in that part.
Yeah, I had no problem with him, and that part of the movie was fine. I had no issues with that. I mean, not my favorite, but
What if they had Kevin Costner play?
That would have been fun
Jor-El.
too. I don't care.
They're just like, hey, you played Pa Kent. What if you play Jor-El?
I also think it's really dumb that the engineer girl or whatever, they were able to like fix the clip, but the robots had been working on it for years and couldn't.
I'm not too big into the Authority, so I don't know all her powers.
Right.
I don't know. I think the robots would have been able to, if they could do all this other stuff. And yet this other person comes and they did it in like an hour.
But maybe they didn't want to. Like, maybe they could, and then they're like, he's already based his whole life off of doing good. No, because I was going to say in Birthright, though, I think Lex takes the thing that he came here to dominate, and it was all just kind of like faked, like fake news or whatever. But in here, yeah, they go 100% in that it was real. So
yeah.
But who knows? We could see Jor-El maybe,
because his parents were always supposed to be like good, because that's also what encourages him later to try to find if there's any more Kryptonians.
Yeah.
And this also changes things with Supergirl, because it's like, did you know my parents sent me here to conquer?
It does though. Like it really does change the dynamic,
because she's older than him, really, right?
Because technically she is, right? Like realistically,
yeah, she got sent first, I think, if I remember.
Well, no, I thought
she got sent to go take care of him,
like to go take care of him, because she was older, like at the time, and then
she
somehow
got trapped somewhere else. Yeah, and he landed first.
Sidetracked or whatever, and then she shows up later, and they're relatively about the same age, I think.
Yeah, she's a little younger, I think, and that's it.
Right, like that's what I'm saying, like relatively, because like most.
Because let's see, he's like in his 30s in this, right? Like early 30s.
That's what it said. Yeah, it said it was like
she's like 20, and she just turned 21,
and she's like 20. Yeah, like really early 20s. So that's what I'm saying. It's like usually she's like maybe a couple years younger for sure, but yeah, I don't know. I didn't really.
Yeah, it messes up a lot of things that it's just like, and again, it's just a very weak story, because even if that came out, like Superman could have just gone on that same news program and been like, hey, I'd never seen that before.
Yeah,
literally. I was raised here. I was like, I didn't know that's what was on it. I've never met them.
Yeah, he literally could have just been like, listen, my the way I grew up, the message was damaged, so I only got to this part, and it would have cleared everything right up.
Yeah, and
I will say though, I got
thousands upon thousands of lives. Do you really think I'm here to conquer?
Right.
If I was, do you think it would have happened by now? Like,
I will say though that the scene where like he's like, "Do you want us to put the video footage of your parents?" And it's like parents from Kansas. I actually like got all like choked up, and I was like, "Oh."
My question on a lot of that was who was filming.
Right.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Wasn't it just memories from him? Though it was
Kryptonian
showing him
technology.
directly, so
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows?
I
Yeah,
know.
he has memories of seeing himself.
I love it. I'm not gonna lie though. I loved the robots though. The robots were funny. That little helper robots were kind of cool.
Alan Tudyk always kills it.
I love Alan.
Maybe
was
one
Gary.
day, maybe one day you'll give me a name.
So I'm
Four is a
Four is a
name.
name.
So is Gary.
so my thing is like I'm sitting here and I'm wondering, I'm like, they went with Gary, like he said Gary, but a lot of me wanted him to be like, yeah, so is Alan, like just like his real name or whatever, because it wouldn't really have mattered all that much, like what the name was. But he's like, maybe you can just call me Alan or something, like, because it is like a relatively like plain kind of like name or whatever. It's not anything the wild. So but-
yeah, I do like how he's credited as Gary in the credits.
in the credits, yeah. But
Yeah,
no,
no.
yeah, I just overall, I don't know. The tone of the movie was interesting for most of it. Especially
It was a
quippy
interesting
there.
vibes.
Interesting vibes is right.
I
I
mean,
will-
I'm sticking
I-
with what I said before. I think Fantastic Four is going to be the best movie this month.
Keegan's worried about that one. He says he's gonna go in and double fist it.
I don't.
Don't worry
With
about
alcohol. Too
You keep-
alcohol.
it. Yeah, that was.
I don't think.
No, that was fine. That was fine. We didn't need to add the alcohol part of it. Okay, we could have just left it at double fisting. Everyone knows what that means.
I don't think they do, Nick.
No, we all got it right. Cool. Anyway,
Considering the look on their faces, I don't think they got it.
I'm gonna beat this dead horse.
That's not nice, Nick. It's dead.
With both fists.
I will say, knowing the comics that were kind of referenced, it makes sense, the tone, for me at least. It's James Gunn, so I don't know what else we would have gotten. I'm more interested to see going forward, like if he does write Batman Brave and the Bold, which I don't know if he is still, or if he's writing the Batman.
I think it's a huge mistake if James Gunn writes the Batman movie. It needs to be somebody totally different.
Agree. I agree.
Just
Because
like
I
how
can't
Marvel
have
does
Batman
it
being
with the
fucking
different
quippy,
people.
man. Like Batman being quippy would not be the greatest.
You don't
It's
want
like-
that
like-
credit card no more?
And you
Like-
know, and you know why? Because like they try to be like a little bit quippy or whatever with Batman in the damn in the Flash movie when he's got the stupid the thing on him or whatever and like takes it off or whatever. Like it doesn't work. It's just
Like I'm gonna tell you now,
silly. It's
I am
dumb.
fine if the Batman movie comes out and there's not a single laugh in the movie. I'm okay with that.
Like
I don't
Batman.
go to Batman for humor. I'm sorry. Like
Yeah.
I don't need there to be funny moments.
The only request I have for the next Batman movie, by James Gunn in this universe, is it's not a fucking boring 3-hour piece of shit movie.
I don't think that's anything that we're worried about.
Nick,
I
don't
mean,
like-
I didn't like
don't
the
think-
Batman.
That's okay. I had a lot of issues with it too. I don't want that to be the tone of this Batman.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I
But-
don't want
but
I don't want this
don't
next
need it to
Batman
be-
to be. I don't want the Batman in this universe to be.
I want a
that.
Batman movie that remembers that Batman is a comic book.
All right.
Because as great as all the Nolan ones were, those movies do not feel like a comic book superhero movie at all.
The Dark Knight is still one of my favorite movies, though.
It's a great movie. It's fantastic.
Great,
The Joker was amazing. Like they did a very good job, but it doesn't feel like a comic book. That movie set would not fit in with this Superman.
Yeah,
on
whereas this Superman feels like a comic book.
Exactly. And I like that if they keep it going with their other properties. Like it can still be different, but feel like the comics.
So who plays Batman?
I heard Nolan was actually tapped for that. Are we allowed
Yeah,
to discuss that yet?
I would love to be Asian Batman. I would love to be Asian Batman. Look at me and look at this guy right here. Look at the Ben Affleck right here.
You're not going to try to be Asian Superman, Nolan?
I heard they were changing it to Bruce Wang. Is that
Bruce
true?
Wang? Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my
Yes,
god!
Mr.
Oh
Wang.
my god!
Mr. Wang. Yeah. All right, Mr. Wang. Yeah, I love that. I need a Michael. Can I get Michael Caine back as Alfred? All right, Mr. Wang.
No, but honestly, I don't know, but I think we definitely go younger, just like around the same age as like David, around like Superman age. Somebody that can do it for another 20 years.
I mean, if they want to turn this into a whole thing, yes, to continue it, sure. But like realistically, how long do you think James Gunn's universe is going to be or last?
I mean, they're hoping this is going to be the one for. I mean, you've got to have at least 10 years to have a good arc. Like,
Yeah,
how long it took to make this one movie.
They're planning on this being like the DC's MCU more than like the last attempt.
So you get somebody with longevity that's not going to age out of it super soon. Honestly, I would love it to be a Batman that eventually can become the older mentor for Batman Beyond and go into that.
I would love that.
Like, that'd be awesome. But it's got to be somebody. I don't think it's going to be a well-known person. It'll be somebody that's been in stuff, that's a great actor, but that has not been like in big blockbuster stuff before. Kind of like how David was. It like his biggest movie was what, Twisters?
Yeah, which is really hard to watch Twisters now because I'm like, is that Superman?
I don't think that he's a good enough actor that they're very different characters.
Oh, they are vastly different.
Actually, you know what? I think you'll disagree, but I'd actually be fine if Glenn Powell became Batman.
No, I'm fine with Glenn Powell. I like Glenn Powell.
No, because he can't. Because he's already Booster Gold.
He's not, though.
He can't. He needs to be Booster Gold. And
you need to be Booster Gold.
I'm not.
I would not be okay with that. I would not be okay with that. I don't like Glenn Powell.
See, here's the thing. I think
Booster Gold, take it or leave it.
I think they've been focusing on the wrong thing with Batman. I think they need to get somebody who absolutely nails it being Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
And a good Batman will follow. I think they worry too much about who's going to be Batman and not enough of who's going to be the actual man behind Batman, who's going to be Bruce, and interact. Because when he's with the Justice League and all this, like, that's Bruce Wayne. That's him as a person, And if we're leading into that, and if we want to actually care about this character, we need to build more on the actual man that's in the suit, not just, I'm Batman.
I'm not wearing hockey pads.
I mean,
and Nolan, the Asian Batman, what is Batman of China? His name is Wang Baxi.
Is it? So they have an Asian Batman. That's one that I've
not. Yeah, he was in the comic New Superman, which was an Asian Superman.
That's
if they're gonna do more. Oh, you know what? I didn't even think about this. This is probably just because I love this man, and I actually got to hang out with him for a day, and he's even better in person. I'd be fine if Jensen Ackles became Batman.
I want to say, isn't that like a perfect fan cast? Like,
I know people have said. I know people have said it a lot. If they did that, I 100% think he could nail it. He could easily go toe to toe with David, like acting wise together, and be that foil to like. I'd be 100% in because he'd be a great Bruce Wayne. He's got that like devilish, playboy who gives a shit. I got money, I'll do what I want, but could still easily do like the serious Batman part of things. 100%, I would be completely fine with that. And he's about that right age where he could do it long enough and then become more of a mentor figure later on. But him and David could do some amazing scenes together, I think. And they're different enough, like as people. And Jensen wouldn't have to do like a crazy different voice to be Batman.
I'd be much more comfortable with Jensen Ackles than Glenn Powell. I don't like Glenn Powell though.
Yeah.
Why? What did Glenn do to you?
Well, because Jensen Ackles, I
believe
Jensen Ackles could genuinely get to a point where he could kick a lot of people's ass with his fists. Do you know what I mean? Glenn Powell, not as much.
Dude, Glenn Powell played in the movie Hitman, and it was the most unbelievable Hitman I think I've ever seen movies wise.
Well, it's because he's a nerdy high school drama teacher. What do you mean? He wasn't an actual hitman. That was the whole point.
I don't care. It was a dumb movie.
Okay, another fan cast is Alan Ritchson. What do you think of that?
Is that the guy that played Reacher?
Yeah.
I don't think he's a good enough actor.
I don't know. I've seen Blue
Mm.
Mountain State. He can do.
I like
don't think
Albert.
he's a good
Plus, he already did some DC shit as a superhero. He was Aquaman in Smallville, and then 2, he was also one of the other guys in the damn.
and he wasn't really great in either.
other
I
one.
don't think he's good enough to carry Batman.
Maybe not good enough to carry Batman, but I think he should come back as Aquaman.
Where
I'd be
at-
okay with that.
I mean, I don't
What
care
about
who's
Colin
Aquaman, to be
Farrell?
honest. Nobody
Colin
does.
Farrell. Colin
He's too
Farrell.
old. Too old.
Absolutely too old.
Yeah, but if this is
Um,
Batman,
What if
with
they
Damian
started
Wayne-
out with? What if they started out with like Batman Begins, like Batman Beyond or whatever? That's what I meant. Batman Beyond. Like it's just
No, because they're
Colin-
going to start off with him being with Damian Wayne, so he can't be that old yet.
Right. So I think somebody like Jensen's a great age for it. I think he'd fit perfectly in it. Like, some people even thought, like, I'm reading some fan casting right now. It looked like some people wanted John Krasinski to do it. Stupid.
No,
I love John Krasinski, but he's not Batman.
he is not Batman. At least the other three, I'm like, I could see them as Batman.
I could. I'm
Lee Pace.
speaking of John Krasinski. I'm kind of disappointed he wasn't like. I don't no offense against Pedro Pascal.
No, he would have been an amazing. I agree. He would have been such a good Reed Richards
Fantastic,
for
yeah.
real.
Yep, he did.
They
I mean,
printed money.
I will say this that no, I don't think he would have been as good with the other people that they've picked as the other Fantastic Four members. Like, I would have changed up the family if John Krasinski was the Reed Richards.
Yeah, obviously you go with Emily Blunt as Sue because
They're
not
married.
because they're married in real life, but it's
It
one of
would've
those
worked.
ones that it would have worked because she's great at like actiony stuff too, right? But also she does have chemistry with him in movies, not just because like a lot of movies, like sometimes you can have like wife and husband, but they don't have chemistry
And it felt
on
awkward and
screen or
stilted, yeah.
yeah. So but it's one of those things that they don't, right? Like they were in what Quiet Place or whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah, and they did great together, and they were like, okay, you're like, yeah, there's some chemistry there. So I think that definitely would have worked. And then I don't know, I'd have chose like I said, for me, like I'd have gone Zac Efron or Edgerton for not Flash, but for Torch.
Oh,
What?
I didn't know that Jensen Ackles was playing the voice of Batman in the animated.
Yes,
Yeah.
That's even better.
he's
Like,
voiced him a couple times, I think, or once or twice.
so,
but-
all right, tell me this, guys. Back before the Snyderverse really got going, okay? Like back when we'd just seen like Man of Steel, but we knew they were going to do like more people, right?
Yeah.
I thought at that time, when he was younger at least, I think Ryan Reynolds would have been an amazing Barry Allen. Like, I feel like he is a good, like, the Flash. It's very similar to Deadpool with like the quippiness and just the like devil may care kind of thing. I think he would have nailed it when he was younger instead of doing Green Lantern. If they would have done the Flash,
Okay.
I think it would have been a much better fit.
That time, Ryan Reynolds, absolutely. And it's just one of those things because I was like, yeah, he got too like weird and like bulky after a while, but it was around Blade 3 is when he started getting real bulky like that. So yeah, I could definitely see that though. I think it would work to some degree.
With that like annoying, like it would have worked. He would have been a very good Flash.
What about that time, Neil Patrick Harris?
I don't think Neil Patrick Harris would have been a good superhero at any point.
No, but I do know that he plays the voice of the Music Meister, and I absolutely love that episode.
Now,
He also plays the voice of
hold on.
Lightning.
I will say this though. What I said earlier, Neil Patrick Harris would actually be an amazing choice for Mr. Mixie-Pitzel.
I will say Neil Patrick Harris did also voice Spider-Man in Edge of Time, the Spider-Man video game.
I'd see voice-wise, he could do it, but I could not see him physically.
He also voiced Spider-Man.
role.
He also voiced Spider-Man in the 2003 or 2006 animated show from MTV.
Nice.
Cool. I guess that's just like where this stream just dies. Cool. Neil Patrick Harris, Spider-Man, no more.
Apparently, some people are thinking that Jake Gyllenhaal should be Batman.
Hey, by the way, speaking of Zac Efron, what happened to him?
He's training to be Batman.
He's gonna be Nightwing.
I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, I think he'd be good as Nightwing. No, I think he's a good actor.
Perfect.
Yeah. Well, everyone's giving him like heck because he got all big and whatever roid ragey or whatever for Iron Claw. When he
I
got,
was
like,
I was talking about his recent. Have you not seen like a recent picture of him?
That was just where he's like all red faced and everything.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
saw
he has
that.
like the weird lip filler. Yeah, right here.
I can't see anything.
Oh, you
Nick. I think
can't.
it's
That was like
fake.
your. Oh yeah, the weird face thingy that he had like was very odd.
Yeah, what's up with that?
I think
Anyway.
it's still left over from when he played what's his face in Iron Claw, because he had to get super big for that role. I heard the Chris Hemsworth Hulk Hogan movie is not coming out. Hogan like nixed that.
Didn't even know about that. I'm okay. I don't need that movie.
Yeah,
Nope.
me neither. So, any final thoughts on Superman? Going back to
Actually, Nick, we're just starting hour one of Superman. So, David, welcome to Superman Hour 1.2. How are you doing?
Thank you. I'm good. How are you?
Doing good. It looks like Nick is getting ready for our next Society of Main Characters. Nick, how are you doing for Society over there?
I'm fine.
And then we got Future Wolverine up there. Nolan, how are you doing?
Tired. This weekend was an interesting and rough weekend. Yeah.
Is it because you were working out to become Wolverine?
Yep. Trying to get on that train. I just got to get some eyes on whoever it is. They gotta get some eyes on me. Maybe do some flips for them. Lift some things. I don't
Just
know.
do what Tom Holland did and just go in there and be like, "Look, I can flip," and they're like, "You got the part."
That's what it is.
Damn, that boy can flip.
That boy can actually flip. Look, make him Spider-Man. David, all right. Final thoughts and rating. What do you think of Superman?
I think it's off to a good start. Not a great start, but I think it's a good start to the new DC universe. I very much enjoyed James Gunn as Guardians of the Galaxy. I thought those were fantastic movies, some of the strongest in the MCU, to be fair. But I do think that his style of storytelling and humor is one that is not necessarily great for every movie. I think he did a good job of reining a lot of it in for Superman. It didn't get too James Gunny in a lot of parts. There was a little more than I think I really would have wanted for Superman, but it wasn't enough to kill it for me. I wish the plot would have been a little more developed. I think it was kind of weak, but I think that's due to them probably trying to focus more on characterization and building these going forward. So though the story was weak, I was still entertained. It's still a good summer turn your brain off kind of movie. Ultimately, there was more good things than bad things, and that's really what you want. So I'm not, I had a good time. I probably will end up watching it again when it comes to streaming or whatever. Wouldn't go back to the theaters, but still worth seeing. I'm excited to see where it goes. It didn't turn me off of future stuff the way that some of the Snyder movies probably made you feel. So I liked it. I'm gonna say a 7 out of 10, and I think that we're gonna look back on this in 10 years, and hopefully this will be the worst movie of the DCU because they just get better from here. That would be. That's my ideal. I hope that that's what comes to pass.
And I do say I hope so because, like, realistically, the first Captain America movie is the worst Captain America movie to me.
And then the second one though is like the best MCU movie.
And then Winter Soldier was like it's top 5. Like
that's Winter Soldier is like the best MCU movie, dude. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So I think again they've got unlimited potential here. I think they have more potential with this movie and universe than Man of Steel did. And Man of Steel wasn't terrible. Like there definitely are things wrong with it, but when we had that going, there was still optimism for what could come next. Like it wasn't all around bad. So yeah, we've talked about what was bad. We've talked about what was good, and I trust them to hopefully be going in the right direction. This didn't turn me around completely on the DCU from the bad stuff before, but I can say I do firmly believe they're going in the right direction. And I hope they keep walking down that same path because there could be some really cool, exciting things. And I know they're probably waiting a little bit to introduce like the big heroes, but I'm actually excited to see David's Superman interact with those others like Batman, Wonder Woman, all those other ones that we've known. I think it'll be very interesting once we get some big players in there with him and how that all comes together.
Oh,
so
sure.
yeah, I would say 7 out of 10. I enjoyed it more than Jurassic World Rebirth, but personally I still think Fantastic Four is going to be better.
That makes one of us. Berg, what's your take, dude? What you got?
What's my take? I'm kind of in agreement with David there. I would give Superman a 7 out of 10 for sure. I enjoyed that it was an already established Superman. It wasn't just another origin story. And yeah, it was just kind of a turn your brain off, kind of enjoyed the spectacle of superheroes for me. So I liked it. I hope, going forward that the movies just get better and better. I don't want this to be like the Force Awakens where it's just
peak. We're sad.
It's peak and then it just goes all downhill from here. Like going off the Man of Steel, Snyderverse. I didn't mind Man of Steel the first time I saw it. I went and bought a cape as soon as I could. Actually, it was really funny. But the other movies in the Snyderverse I saw, like Suicide Squad and Batman v Superman, like those just awful.
What about Wonder Woman? Wonder Woman, you didn't like?
I never saw Wonder Woman.
The first one was okay. The second
one was bad. Yeah.
That's not the kind of film I want to go see. I don't want to see a film that's okay and bad.
I will say this, now that Nick has brought it up, I meant to mention this. I'm sure they did this on purpose as well. Very, very different tone from the Snyder ones before this, because all of those were kind of tinted dark. It was kind of, kind of bleak. I will say this movie was much more optimistic, just in general about everything. There was bright colors. There was a more hopeful tone. Very much what I expect of Superman.
Well, some could say Fantastic Four is doing the same thing, considering the last iteration of that movie as well.
I feel like that's so much longer, though, and I think people very much understand the difference between the old Fantastic Four and the new MCU more so than they did the old DCU in this one. Like, it's much closer together. It's been well over 10 years since we've had, the Fantastic Four, and they only had 2 movies.
Yes.
Well,
the first one was okay, the second one was awful, but
you're talking about
the 2018 version. We don't talk about that.
We don't talk about that. That movie's Bruno for all I care. We don't talk about
nobody.
Bruno.
Yeah, nobody will mistakenly think.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, Keegan, how dare you for bringing that up?
You know what, Nick?
No, the general public does not think that those movies and this new one have anything to do with each other. They're far enough away and they're different enough that nobody going into Fantastic Four in 2 weeks is gonna think, "Oh, didn't they have this with us?" No.
Yeah, I'm not going to be thinking about the 2018.
They're so far away from it. Nobody's thinking about it. It's only people like Keegan who mistakenly think that this movie's not going to be good.
Nick, what theater are you going to?
Don't worry about it. Nolan, what are your thoughts,
bud? Overall, it was a movie. It was a superhero movie.
It was a movie.
It was a superhero movie. It was all right. I don't know. I give it like a 6.5 out of 10. There was, like I said, the gun. It was very gun influenced for me. There was a huge tinge on it that I felt.
You could tell that he made the movie,
right?
Oh, yeah.
And like even down to like the fight scenes, like felt very Guardians / like very James Gunn-esque. If you don't believe me, go and watch the Mr. Terrific fight where he takes out everybody. That felt hella straight out of the Guardians, like fixed point, things moving around, fixed point, like. Just the cinematography and the way it's shot.
We also didn't have a ton of fight scenes for a hero that the whole thing is punching stuff.
Right, that too. Like I said, Crypto was kind of a good thing and a bad thing all at once. Didn't like the quippiness, but yeah, overall, like I said, it wasn't terrible. I didn't walk out going like, "Oh, that was awful. I hated that." There were things I liked and there was things that I didn't like, but overall, I think it's a positive step in the right direction. So. For me, like I said, about 6.5 out of 10. It just wasn't super peaks, super great kind of thing. Just, yeah.
Now,
I think we're all in agreement that
Keegan.
we don't want this to be like the Force Awakens kind of situation where every movie after this just sucks, and then it
Keegan,
brings it down.
before you give yours, I would like to share with everybody what the wonderful Mr. Grayson said about the movie. He couldn't be here with us, but he did send us his thoughts, and he says, James Gunn, while inserting too much of his edgelord humor, understands the heart of Superman. We don't have a self-important, self-righteous analyzation of Superman. This is Superman. This is the character we want, a hero we can root for, a human, a man, and alien. A goddamn fucking hero that movies, pop culture, and the world needs, especially right now. 8.5 out of 10. If they can keep this cohesiveness up, I am all in, and I can't wait to see what happens next in this universe.
I don't know how I'm going to follow that now. So for
Well,
me,
you better try.
No. Here we go. No, this is all we need to follow it up. Are you ready, Keegan? I'm going to
Mhm.
ask you one question, and I just need a yes or no. Was Superman better than Jurassic World Rebirth?
Yes.
You get to say just yes or no. No explanation. No. Well, no. It is yes or it is no. There we go. Thank you guys for tuning in. We will see you for fantastic.
It's because he's so much of a Jurassic fan. He's so much of a dinosaur nerd. I feel like he's gonna pick Jurassic World, but
That's fine. I'm asking you.
I'm also a fan of dinosaurs, and I love Jurassic. I like Jurassic Park. I would definitely say this is better than Rebirth.
We went and watched Superman while eating popcorn out of a dinosaur bucket. Like,
and while drinking out of a dinosaur cup.
I mean, I'm telling you, I'm a huge Marvel fan. I've never hidden that. But if Fantastic Four is not as good as Superman, I will admit it. I will say this movie's better.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So
no, I don't want to hear that. I want to hear yes or I want to hear no. That's all you have to say. And then you can go on. But I need you to say.
I have a feeling Keegan's about to kick David out.
The next word out of your mouth needs to be yes or it needs to be no.
All right. So now that
that's no.
I can't remove me.
What
the hell?
So as far as Superman goes, it's
Keegan.
He's skipping past it.
Stop. I need a yes or a no. It's a simple question.
It is okay if you say that this movie was not better than Jurassic World. No one here is going to judge you.
I know
how much you love Jurassic.
Those movies 3 times. I've watched the other one once.
Okay, so then
Keegan, I need you to say yes, or I need you to say that's it. It's just one word. That's all you have to say. Was this better?
I don't know.
That's parts of it, yes. The characterization, much better.
No, Keegan.
Yes,
it is okay if you liked one more than the other because they were close enough in scores that I could see a viewpoint for both.
I liked them about the same, but I would probably watch Jurassic more because I already have watched Jurassic more.
That's not what the question was. I just need a yes or no. Was Superman better than Jurassic World Rebirth? Yes or no? Even if it was 1/10 of an inch more. Don't justify. I just need yes or no, not any kind of qualifiers.
1/10 of an inch? That was a really interesting inclusion there.
I don't know.
What a fraction.
No. See, Keegan, it's just a yes or a no. It's very easy. It's one word.
You're messing this up, Keegan. It's really simple.
Maybe.
Keegan, that's not a yes or a no.
Definitely maybe.
That's a different movie.
I don't know. To be fair, I would probably watch Jurassic World more just because it's Jurassic World.
Did I ask you, did I say, Keegan, are you going to watch this one more? That's not what I asked you. I asked you, is Superman better than Jurassic World Rebirth to you? Yes or no? You can say no. That's fine. You can still enjoy it and still like something else more. Just because, like, I really like pizza, but I'm not going to say it's better than steak.
Ooh.
But other people
under
might.
certain circumstances, David, like you want a steak more than you want pizza. Like I get where Keegan's kind of at a little bit, but at the same time, like if you're a steak kind of guy or you're a pizza kind of guy, like
you're gonna like exactly, and it's fine. It's okay. You can like
showing off the
like again, it's not like Jurassic World was absolute garbage, like a 1 out of 10. That'd be different. Then we'd make fun of you.
if I was like, I'd watch the
shame you
show.
publicly.
If you're sitting there like, I actually walked out on Superman and I went to go home and watch Jurassic World Dominion instead.
Yeah, if you were like halfway through Superman, I went to the bathroom and pulled up Jurassic World on my phone.
Jesus Christ!
Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom.
And I sat in the movie theater bathroom watching Jurassic World instead.
I had to get my hit of dinosaurs for like 20 minutes before I could go back into that other movie.
I had to have a break, a breather, a Jurassic smoke.
I had to have my Jurassic bump.
It's like, I'm like a scuba diver. I had to come up for air. I had to come up for dinosaurs. And then I could go back into Superman.
And it come up for airs.
All right, so let me give me my final thoughts on the film.
All right, what do you got,
Keegan, you still have not answered the question.
David, just drop it. He's not going to answer at this point, dude.
All right, so I do enjoy James Gunn films, so maybe I'm a little biased towards that.
And that's why you liked it more than Jurassic World.
Oh my God, David.
Yes. If you ask me Guardians 1 or 3, yes, I would say yes over Jurassic World.
Well, that's a given. It's a Marvel movie. Those are all better than Jurassic World.
Yeah, but
even Eternals.
No. Eternals is a terrible movie.
Even Fantastic Four 2018.
Stop. No, calm down. That's not. No, we don't talk about that.
We don't talk about Bruno. What are you doing?
I'll go watch Jurassic Park Dominion again before that travesty of a movie.
The sleeveless one kind of cool though.
I've only ever seen the Everything Wrong With for the 2018 Fantastic Four, and I think
so. You saw the whole movie then. So you saw the whole movie.
Yeah, I got enough of it. Yeah.
If it just showed you what was wrong in that movie, you basically watched the entire movie. Because
yep,
you watched the best parts of that movie. All right. So anyway. I do like James Gunn films. I enjoyed the Suicide Squad. I liked all the Guardians. I still, in my opinion, think it's the best trilogy in the MCU, just because it's the most consistent quality. I would have to pick Guardians 3 over it.
I might have to pick Captain America.
See, I don't like Civil War. It's not a good Captain America movie. It's definitely more.
Well, that's because it
Civil
wasn't
War's
a Captain America
fantastic movie, though. It's a great movie.
It's a good movie, but it wasn't a Captain America movie. Like they called
After
it
the
Captain
first
America.
like 45 minutes, it gets good. The best part of that movie was T'Challa and Spider-Man.
I don't think T'Challa was all that great in that movie, to be honest.
Oh, I liked T'Challa in that one. So anyway, going back,
I liked forget Chadwick. I liked Chadwick a lot.
T'Challa. That's T'Challa. Yeah.
No, I understand. I like the actor of Chadwick. That's what I'm saying. I like Chadwick as a person.
As long as it wasn't Spider-Man Lotus, Nick, we're good. We're good. We can
Why
carry
do you
on.
bring that movie up when it's not real?
It's not real. Listen, I suffered for 2 hours on an airplane ride watching that.
So anyway, yeah, I would say it's not to the same quality as Guardians 1 or 3, but if you enjoyed the Suicide Squad, I think you'll enjoy this one, maybe even a little bit more. And I'm not a huge Superman fan. I'm definitely more of a DC guy than a Marvel guy. I just never been a big Superman fan because he's too powerful, and it's really hard to get invested in a character if he can't lose. So I did enjoy that. Even though it said he's the most powerful, he can still lose a fight.
I don't know. He got his ass whooped constantly, and I loved it.
So when we talk about Fantastic Four soon, can we get into the conversation about how Marvel is for intelligent people and DC is for dumber people?
Comics or movies? Because comics,
as a whole, as Marvel was created to be more of a thinking person's thing and have actual real life problems, and DC is supposed to be the like turn your brain off, smash them, beat them up superheroes.
I'm not gonna say that, no, because I'm not gonna insult a whole fan base of
that's
people,
how. That's literally what the difference was when they were created.
Yes, that is why I like Marvel more than I like DC's, because Marvel Marvel touches on
has.
Marvel
I'm gonna
touches
tell
on
you
the
now.
human side. Marvel
Yes,
touches on the human side of things versus DC's just all
I
about
will say
heroes.
flat out, Marvel has 10 times better characters than DC.
Absolutely, I agree with that any day of the week.
Easily.
I'm gonna say I agree with that because I like Marvel though.
On me twice, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like it's just I can almost say Spider-Man alone has 10 times better characters than all of DC.
Checks.
All right, Keegan, continue giving us your final thoughts on this movie, please.
No, we'll talk about that next time. Sorry. Go ahead.
I mean, we can. Marvel doesn't though. DC has better characters with the Batman Rogues Gallery alone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
But yeah, no, I think this was a solid.
Strong, and then just the rest of the DC is just kind of weak as far as like characters and villains. Like you can't.
And Batman only had, even with a good Rogues Gallery, he's only got like 10.
They have better stories, and they're just as human.
No,
maybe the films aren't as good as, but as of recent,
I'm saying as a whole,
either.
The comics, the movies, everything. And what are you talking about? Thunderbolts was amazing. Thunderbolts was better than Superman.
I actually would put, I'd agree with that statement. Actually,
I would rate Superman 0.5 higher than Thunderbolts.
Oh, get out of here! And I, like I said, and I didn't even like the
This is diving. This is going down in quality. I can see the dislikes growing on this video.
Whoa! Go in the comments below. Let us know DC or Marvel. I'm sure this won't go terrible in any way. But like they've talked about, we will be back in 2 weeks.
Be civil, please.
Wait, we didn't even get a rating from you, Keegan.
7.5 because I gave.
Oh, okay.
I gave Thunderbolts a 7.
He said they should figure that out. Context clues, David. Context clues.
They should have remembered that from 2 months ago.
I also said it was the same thing as Jurassic World. So there you go. But we'll be back talking.
You should have remembered that from 2 months ago.
You know what, Nick? All right, we'll just leave it like that.
You're such an ass to me. Why are you so mean to me?
Nick's not even the one who said it.
I know you're the one constantly egging him on, and he's like, "Nah, Nick needs to go."
Anyway, we will be back in 2 weeks to talk Fantastic Four. Will we be Marvel themed that episode? I think it's highly possible. There might even be 5 of us, so maybe someone will be a human crash dummy.
The Fantastic Five,
yeah, Fantastic Five.
Somebody has to be Galactus.
Yeah. Oh well, or he could be.
He's got the biggest head, I think. He's gonna wear the helmet.
I'm just gonna bring my big ass popcorn bucket that I buy, and it'll have its own camera over here.
Just stand behind it, David, and talk through it the whole time.
The whole time.
But yeah, we'll be back. Yeah, we'll be back for that. We're also going to be back in a couple weeks for the Lost World, kicking off the Society of Main Characters once more, since we took a little summer vacation. And make sure to go follow all these guys. David got some new episodes of Abnormal Voyages. I know Nolan's been busy filming stuff with Ghostbusters, so at some point he will have a fun episode. He's told me all about it. So just stay tuned. Nick's Experiencing Life. We're going to make a whole series called Nick Experiences, so stay tuned for that. It's going to be a 10 out of 10. We're going to get nominated for
that
awards.
sounds like an adult show.
What's happening?